How you feeling?
Great. I get to run around and feel like myself, so things are feeling good.
What have you been doing rehab-wise to try to, get back on the field as fast as possible?
I'm more concerned about making sure I come back without missing a step. So just doing everything my team tells me to do, my team here and as well as my team in LA, so everything's going great.
What have these months been like for you from when you got hurt to where you are now?
I think y'all know this by now. I'm a man of faith, and I cried a little bit like right after I got hurt, but same reason I decided to take the interview right after I got hurt. I'm just a man of faith, so God wanted me to walk through this, and I took it like that, and bodied this rehab, and I have full confidence I'm gonna come back without missing a beat.
Did you learn anything about yourself during these last few months?
I learned that I'm a pretty good handyman. Don't got to pay somebody from TaskRabbit to do things around the house anymore. So, but no, I learned. I've always been pretty good at patience. Y'all know it wasn't the easiest or shortest ride getting here. So it was just another thing. I've never been seriously injured, so oddly enough, it added some confidence to me because I would always see guys get those season-ending injuries, and I'm like, dang, I don't know if I got what it takes to do that. But now going through it, it's like obviously I do, and I just feel so confident right now. So
when you do get back on the field, how do you feel like you fit in with this defense that Aaron Glenn and also Steve Wilson's trying to build here?
I'm going to be the same guy I always am. I'm going to try to make every play that comes my way, and then a little extra. Be that leader on and off the field, and hopefully the guys, the defense, and the team feeds off me.
Have you been splitting your time between LA and?
I was a little earlier on in my rehab, but obviously to be around the guys, be around a field, stuff like that. That's stuff that obviously we do better here, and so it's much easier to be back and get going and revving it up.
I think AG said that he interacted with you a bunch during the Senior Bowl back when you were coming through. Do you remember interaction with him back then, and then what's your impression of him so far?
I'm not gonna lie, I just remember trying to rip everybody's face off. I was just upset that my agent said that it would be a good idea for me to go there. I'm just like obviously thinking I'm the best thing since sliced bread, and I say that in a humble way. So I just went there with a chip on my shoulder, and that's what I remember from that.
When guys suffer the injury that you had, sometimes teams will want to see what they can do on the field before they commit to them further, financially, long term. Just picked up your fifth-year option.
Yeah.
Did that mean anything to you, that this new regime, new GM, new head coach, were even coming off of what you dealt with last year, you're someone they wanted to still in for a while?
100%. I think it was maybe only Aiden that got that same treatment and stuff like that. So to me, it's just like it's a big investment. They've seen enough of me and heard enough about me. That they're willing to dive into that for at least one more year. So it means a lot to me. I'm always a man of my word and a man of honor. So that's to me, that's them lifting their end of the couch, and now it's my turn to lift my end of the couch.
What's been the hardest part of this process, which is obviously a huge unknown for you, and you talked about it, but getting back to actual football stuff, how much does that kind of make it easier now?
In terms of what, rephrase your question.
Well, what was the hardest point? Was it during the season when you're watching your teammates play, or
Yeah.
You can't move? I'm just guessing.
Yeah, so I'm a guy that talks a lot, and I say that in a humble way. Again, I want all the pressure on me. I want you guys to trust me to make the plays. And when I went down, I felt like I let my team down because I'm talking like that. I'm doing all this. I know injuries happen, but just how I'm thinking, I'm like, I'm letting the guys down. They put a lot of stock into that. I know they did. And I wasn't there to hold up my end of the bargain or lift my end of the couch. So just watching that and seeing that, some of those games were close and some of that stuff, I know I can help in the run. I know it can just help. I know I'm just a plus to have on the field. I know this. And it was hard for me to watch that. So just like I told AG already, my main concern is being the best teammate, being the best version of me, and making up for last year.
Aaron said that they expect you to be ready by the regular season start, and just as coincidence would have it, you'll be facing your old quarterback in that first game. So your comeback game will be his coming back to the stadium. What are your thoughts on facing Rodgers? How emotional it should be in coming off your injury and then facing him?
Yeah, we were actually just texting last night. It was funny, but obviously I'm excited. He's excited. It was a pleasure having Aaron around and stuff like that, and I wish him the best. But, when I get between those lines, there's no friends. And I think he knows that, and he feels the same. So I'm excited. It's just another game, but for me it's going to be my first game back. There's a lot of emotions, and when my emotions run high, I tend to played pretty well, so I'm
Were
excited.
you texting regarding to September 7th?
I'm not gonna talk about what we texted about, but yeah.
How helpful was he to you through the Achilles rehab since he went through it too?
So much. I mean, first thing he said, he was like, you'll be good. You got a 10-year plus career. You're all right. Chalk it up. And just kind of let me calm down a little bit and be able to gather myself and just like I said, take it on the chin and handle it and do a good job at it. So that's how I've attacked it. And Aaron's been a tremendous help in so many ways. But
what are your early impressions of this defensive line and this defense?
A lot of playmakers, a lot of athletic guys, a lot of leaders. But again, I'm one of those guys that like to lead by example. And since I'm not out there with them yet, it's hard for me to be too vocal. So, but still, I'm like in there. I'm like, guys, the team goes as we go. Take that with pride. Even though, like in OTA, some of us weren't here, but I was telling the younger guys, like, look, this team is going to go how we go. If we play bad, we're going to have a bad game as a team. If we play good, we're going to have a great game as a team. And y'all should want that pressure, walk around like that. Undrafted free agent or a first-round draft pick, I don't care. So, I mean, those guys respond to that well. They respond to coaching. They rise to occasions. They make plays. They're athletic. They're good people. It's a blessing being in a room with guys like that.